Hello dear students, in this video I will discuss note making. Note making you have already done in one of your assignment, but I do feel that the concept is not clear to that extent. Maybe the passages that were given to you as work assignment, or you can say previously also I have solved many passages. Maybe you haven't learned it properly, or maybe the concept is not clear also. So once again I am explaining note making. Maybe if you listen to this audio it might be clear a bit, so I am trying a bit to explain to you about it. So let me start with some important guidelines related with note making. Now, what are notes actually? Notes are short written record of facts to aid the memory. Aid means to help the memory. Notes are usually taken to record a speech or dictation while listening to it or after reading a book, magazine, or article. They are referred back whenever needed and may be reproduced in the desired way. Now it is like a shorthand. In a shortcut way, you want to write a dictation, or you want to write a note. Then what are the important things you should eliminate, and what are the very important things you want to add up? So there lies the technique of note making. Every points are important, but from those important points you have to select the very important points, and then you have to follow the format. Note making, dear students, let me remind you this: it consists of 8 marks. Now 4 marks for the structure of note making, and 4 marks related with summary and abbreviation. Abbreviation is a must that you have to write. 4 abbreviations are enough, not more than that. And abbreviations are actually the short forms. Some words are big, so the short forms can be used. Those short forms are actually the abbreviation. So I am talking about the importance of notes and why we actually do notes. What was the reason behind it? Now, what is the necessity of note making? Why we need notes? I told you that every points are important, but you have to select the very important points from the other points. Knowledge is vast and unlimited, but our memory is limited. We cannot remember all the information all the time. Now, it is not possible for us to remember all the information all the time. Not possible, because our knowledge is limited. So what can be done? Hence note making is necessary. With the help of notes or note making, we can recall the entire information read or heard months ago. That is the reason I told you about writing or jotting down a dictation or a lecture in a class or in a college. Note making, if you are perfect, or if you know the technique of writing notes, or if you know about note making, then studies becomes more easier. So higher studies becomes more easier. Now those, if note making is done, then those important things can be recalled. Those important information can be recalled later also regarding any topic, if you know the art of note making. Now, what are the points to remember related with note making format? First important thing, dear students, avoid using long sentences as heading or title. Long sentences, heading or title should avoid. Title there it should be, but that title should not be too lengthy. It should be short. Never lose the main idea of the passage. Yes, never drift from the main idea. That is the reason a passage has to be read many times. Ignore information which is less important. Yes, ignore those information which is less important. I already told you that every information within a passage is important, but you have to select which points are more important in respect to others. I am moving on to the next important uh, rule or next important formula. Be brief, clear, and specific. While you are writing note making, you have to be very clear, you have to be very brief, and you have to be very specific. Use logical sequencing. Use proper indentation. Indentation actually means the bordering of lines and giving the numbers. Normally we do it in case of note making by mentioning the numbers in case of points and subpoints or sub-subpoints. That is indentation. Leave no spaces to avoid confusion. We should not leave any spaces to avoid confusion. So these are some of the points that we should all remember while writing a format of note making. Now, what are the importance of note making? Why we make notes? And what are the benefits of note making? That is also very important for us to know. Now, stay active and engaged during your lectures. Reading and revision, understand what you are learning and clarify your thinking. Be selective and identify key ideas. Now, in order to achieve this, note making will definitely help you. Remember the material, organize your ideas and make connections, plan and structure written assignments. For all this reason, note making is very essential. You can plan your assignment, or you can plan the entire structure of note making, and not only that, note making also helps you in the revision process. Note making also helps you to follow up a lecture that is given in the class. Note making helps you to be very selective and to extract the main ideas out of a lecture or from a passage. These are the important key things related with the benefits of note making. You can also complete the active. You can also complete note making tutorial also, which contains guidance and activities that will help you to reflect on your current approach and taking and making notes, and suggestions for how to make your notes more meaningful and useful. If you practice some note making passage also, now obviously after going through examples, lot of samples, then obviously it will help you to make yourself much more sharpen in the sense that it will help you to proceed with the art of note making. And obviously if you want to revise any assignment, note making definitely will help you. It keeps a lot of information at our disposal for ready reference. Not only that, many informations are at our disposal for ready reference in case of note making. It helps us reconstruct what was said or written, and thus accelerates the process of remembering or recall. Yes, because for reconstruction of a particular assignment or important details, note making helps us. Later we can recollect those information or recall those informations or ideas. It comes in handy in delivering a speech, participation in a debate or discussion, writing an essay, and revising lessons before an examination. I already told you, in case of examination, while you are revising something, note making definitely can help you. While you are about to deliver a speech, you want to remember or recall the important points, note making definitely will help you. If you want to participate in a debate, then the note making notes, if it is with you at your disposal, then it will come very handy. So these are the things that why note making is so important. These are the points. With the help of these points, it is very much clear, I guess, to everyone why we make notes. Now the next one is characteristics of good notes. What are the characteristics of good note making? Short and compact. This is the first important criteria. Note making doesn't mean that it will be of pages after pages. It should be short but well detailed, well structured. So short and compact. Good notes must be short and compact. Yes, it should be short, it should be compact, but it should have all the important points in it. Complete information. They must contain all the important information. Note making must contain all the important information. All informations are important, but the main selectively we have to select the main important or very important points. Out of all the points, the important points, the very important points are to be selected. Logical. They must be presented in a logical manner. That is the reason that in the structure of note making, the points are to be arranged in a very logical manner, or rather the way you want to present it after reading a passage, it should be presented in a very logical manner following a proper sequence. Understandable, that is the next point. They should be understandable when consulted at a later stage. Later stage, if you want to consult it, then obviously it should be understandable. Yes, I wanted to highlight this point. This point is related to this thing. So it should be well understandable and you can communicate with others also. At that time also, those points that you have jotted down previously in a note making format, those points are very much relevant, and for that reason those points must be understandable. Otherwise you can't communicate with others. Now, what are the mechanics of note making? What are the things we should follow? First one, headings and subheadings. I have given many solved documents in MS Word file in my previous classes where I have given some solved note making. If you go through it, you will find that structure is there, format structure is there. I will discuss also later also, and headings and subheadings are also there. So these things are very important. And another important thing is abbreviations and symbols. Abbreviations and symbols are also very, very important in note making. Note form, and finally numbering and indentation. These things are very numbering, indentation, format design, then syntax, margin, all these things are very, very important. The way you are numbering it while you are writing the points, then sub points, sub points, these things are very important. So headings and subheadings very important. I told about abbreviation and symbols. Abbreviations and symbols are a must. Many students, they don't give it, but it is very important because it has marks. Note form, then numbering and indentation is also very important. So these things are related with the mechanics of note making. Dear students, in my next video I will continue with what is headings and subheadings. A bit more I will discuss related with note making. In this video, up to this I have discussed. You listen to the audio session properly and I guess it will be clear to you all. Thank you, students.